Hello everyone. What is new in the Squarespace world? Quite a few things. So we have a few updates for you today. We're going to start with a couple of commerce updates. You might already be aware that Squarespace now allows you to have product reviews in your commerce shop, which is actually a really great new feature. So in your commerce section in your dashboard, you go to product reviews and you have quite a few options here now to set these up. So first of all, you want to click on request reviews. And what happens is that 2 weeks after someone has made a purchase, they receive an email and asking, to leave a review. Now the 2 weeks is a fixed time period right now. You can at the moment not customize that. You can, however, customize the email that goes out to someone. So if you just click on this link here in this panel, customize this email, that will take you to this panel here. And then you just click on edit email, and then here you can update the text and everything. And then you have a few options here as well, how to display the reviews in your shop. You can also still import, of course, Etsy reviews. Any reviews that you receive, you will see also in this same panel here. So I think that is a really nice feature. Now, alternatively, they also actually have a new, a new extension called Judge Me. So you might want to check that out as well. It looks like you have more options there, with photos and videos and things like that. So if you have a thriving commerce shop, and especially if you sell physical products, you might want to check out this extension as well. But you can also just keep it all in your website too. So definitely a new feature worth checking out. Another new thing is you can also offer local pickup now. So again, in your commerce panel, you click down here at the bottom on pickup, and then you can add pickup options. So basically this is the name of your option, and then here is some text that you would add, and that actually goes into the email, into the order confirmation email. So so here is then an example. So here you have a pickup option, and then here is just where you add that. You can also add pickup taxation. So if it's taxable, then you add your location here, and then you just save that. And then again, in the customer notifications panel, if you go to general orders, you have an option here now, ready for pickup. And then here you can actually see what that looks like. So the information that you added in your pickup panel will appear here. And you can also, edit some parts of this email as well. So so that is definitely worth checking out for, it's mostly for restaurants and people like that. Next up, we have, one of my not so favorite new features. And you may already have seen this. So let us just add a new section here for a moment. There is a new block. It's called the scrolling block. So if you click on that, it will add literally a block of scrolling text. You have some options here. You can then add text elements here. And you can add as many as you want. You can also link this block to another page, which is good. I think that's definitely a good feature. And then you have some design options. You can create a wave, for instance. You can change, the text size, the speed, and, various other options, like how items are spaced out and all of that. All of that is fine and dandy. Personally, though, I have to say, I'm just not a fan of scrolling things on my website. To me, a lot of this kind of feels like, are we going back to the 90s, going back to MySpace, and suddenly we have all these gadgets and gimmicks on our website? Sure, let's have these options, but, I'm, as you know, I'm all about modern and clean and uncluttered designs. That, to me, does not fit in that category. So personally, you will probably not see this on any of my websites. Now, if you do want to use this, I'll just give you one little tip, because then people, of course, say, well, I want to have this full width, so basically have a scrolling banner, which in many ways makes more sense. And there is actually a way to do that. So here is the example. So you can actually have a full width banner. If you go to Ghost plugins, they actually have a free code here and with instructions, on how to install it. So if you want to definitely use this, I think then this is actually a really good option. That looks better to me, to make it full width. I will leave a link to this plugin in the description of this video. So check that out. Next up, you might remember we have a video page now in Squarespace where you can add lots of videos. Kind of works like a blog. It's a collection basically. It's really nice, if you have a lot of videos. I think this is actually a really nice feature. And what they've done now is, if you are in a video, you have navigation options at the bottom, which is very similar to a blog. And they have now added these arrows here, for the navigation. And so people can just navigate through this now. If they are in the, in the all categories, and then scroll through, they will be taken through all videos. Or if you are inside a category, then the scrolling will just scroll, inside this category here. So that's a really nice feature, a navigation feature, I think. Next up, we have some changes to the video block. So if you go into the video block now, you can now only add links to YouTube and Vimeo videos. You cannot embed anymore in this block, so if you had videos hosted somewhere else, there used to be a feature where you could just embed this here. That doesn't work anymore. So the video block is only for Vimeo and for YouTube now. If you want to embed things still, there is actually an embed block now. So you click on that. And then again, you can either embed, code here, or you can still embed a link as well. If you are embedding a link to a video that is not on YouTube or Vimeo, you can also add a custom feature in this block as well. So yeah, so they've just basically streamlined this a little bit and separated this out. I think that's a good change. That makes a lot of sense. Next up, we have our profiles section. Profiles is basically where all your user data lives, your subscribers, your customers, members, if you use member areas, donors. You can now add subscribers straight from the profiles panel. So you don't actually have to go into campaigns to add subscribers. If you have a list somewhere else and you want to import that into campaigns, you just click on add subscribers here. Add your CSV file. It has to be a CSV file. And then you select the mailing list, that you want to add it to. And these are all the same steps, if you were to do this in campaigns. But now it's just a little bit easier. I really like the profiles section, actually. I like having all this data about my users in one place. It's really nice. Last but not least, we have another design update. And similar to the scrolling blocks, I'm just not really a fan of this. They added a few more background art options. You might remember, if you add a section, go to background, you can add an image, you can add a video, and you can add art. So we have 3 new art options now. We have this here, which basically looks like, I don't know, those of you who are really young will not know that, but people my age, when we used to have the old TVs, and at the end of the night, when everything was done, all the programs were over, you would get this snow on your screen. Everything would just go, it would go blank, and there would just be this little like snowy effect. This is what this reminds me of. So not a fan, but hey, if this, ticks your boxes, play around with it. Then we have this one here. Yeah, decidedly psychedelic. Again, I'm just not sure the direction Squarespace is going with these features. to me, this really feels like a step back. And it's, yeah, but this is, again, it's a very, very design is personal after all, right? And personally, I'm just not a fan. The only one that I don't mind so much is this one here. This is kind of like, you know, kind of a sweet option, you know, if you want to have some like little stars, you know, on in your section. I don't know, this doesn't feel quite so offensive to me. That I can see, you know, depending on what type of, you know, website you have, I could see that this could maybe be a nice little effect. You know, so that is probably my favorite effect out of all of these effects. I'm not really a fan of any of the others. But, you know, again, you know, whatever floats your boat, right? And if you come to me and learn from me, you know I'm all about the modern, clean, unfussy, uncluttered look. But you know, it's not bad to have these options. And that is a wrap for today. And yeah, I will see you next time when we have more updates. Thank you so much.